And now, the star of the show, Jordan Rogozinski.
Well, my first thing is Bombers are 8-8. That's horrible. That absolutely horrible. I know the whole league wants to fail, but in a breakup year, it's absolutely embarrassing. And Kyle Walter should be ashamed of himself for letting this roster get on the field. How how the fact that you let Kenny Lawler go for injured Dalton Schoen again doesn't make sense to me. And Willie Jefferson, you've done nothing all year. That one game, he done something, but nothing all year. The whole D-line really done nothing. And that rush free drop 8 doesn't work anymore. Because obviously, our unless their D line's bad. But I think just in general, this whole team's bad, and good luck. And if we make the playoffs, it could be a short ride. And if it's not, then prove me wrong on my rant.
Yeah, and I'll add to that. Zach Caloros has been very inconsistent this year, and then they go and sign him to another year. Like it boggled my mind. He's old already. Like, is it the case that have we hung on to these guys too long? Are they out to the pasture?
Yep.
Sorry, Dad. I'm staying very quiet because I think the Bombers are one of the great up. I really do.
Well,
if they cross over to the east, they have a chance. But if they go through the west, I don't know.
No.
Here's my thing, guys, and welcome to the show. The whole intro just went out the down the sewer. But here's my thing, guys. We lost 25-20.
Yeah.
We had a freak play happen with that punt fumble. Guy on the end picks it up and runs it back. We had a 3rd and 2, but we were victimized on by Justin Rankin.
Yeah.
The interceptions are going to happen. If you look at the one interception, that's not on Caloros.
Yeah.
Dempsey pops his hamstring and stops running, and you can see him grab the hamstring.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's not what Bomber Nation had in mind given the last 4 years.
Yeah.
But I'm here to tell you, Friday against the Riders is a new day. A win in any remaining 2 games or an Edmonton loss, they are in. Edmonton is playing BC this week, who has a lot to play for.
Yeah.
The Bombers are going to the playoffs. I'd rather have this loss now than in the playoffs. Do I like the Bombers' chances against what I think is going to be Hamilton based on what I saw this weekend? Yes, I do. Do I like what I saw against the Bombers? Yeah, when they played Hamilton 2 weeks ago with a healthy that loss? Absolutely. Then you take your chances in Montreal, who I think is going to win the East Division this year. Montreal, to me, there's a lot of inconsistent. Yes, they have a quarterback that hasn't lost a game, but he started yet in Davis Alexander. There's still one head-to-head left with Montreal.
Yeah.
We were right there when we put. I believe it or not, we actually beat them in the one game.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, like hope is not lost. Like if I know you want to just call for everybody's head, but like let's settle down. Like there's no guarantee that a healthy Dalton Schoen changes the scenario. In fact, I would argue that a healthy Dalton Schoen and Ontario Wilson is in here.
Yeah.
And to be honest, guys, Kenny Lawler was injured the last 2 years on the sixth game. What has he done lately? Not very much.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
If you take out the first five games where Lawler and Levi Mitchell were lighting the world on fire and going for 10,000 yards, it's gonna be okay. If we make the Grey Cup, great. If we don't, great. It's been 5 years of Grey Cups, 2 championships. Yes, disappointing one play or another. But guys, we should have known it was coming when you're playing Cody Fajardo. Like,
Yeah.
Fajardo's not the Bomber number ever since he hit the goalpost. So,
I know.
I mean, that Grey Cup at Montreal is the one that really sticks in my craw. But here's the thing. The Bombers have set such a high standard for themselves that 8-8 feels like the sky is falling.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you it's not. Hamilton is 10-7. Montreal's 9-7. We're in that general area. Yes, BC looks scary. Yes, Calgary, went into Hamilton and beat them up pretty badly. But guys, you gotta remember that the nucleus of this core of Winnipeg Blue Bombers has won games when it counts.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of the frustration aside of what has happened in the first 16 games, November, get in, anything can happen. I like this team when push comes to shove. Will they win? Hopefully. Should they win? Probably based on their experience. Will they win? Don't know. But I'll tell you what, this is a team that will find it when it matters the most. And I have every ounce that is going to happen, and that is going to happen through the East Division.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think the crossover is the best bet. What do we think about Zach Calero? Some of his throws he made against Edmonton, throwing right to the guy. I mean, the Dembski one, yeah, maybe he stopped running because he pulled his hamstring. But the other one was right to the guy. Like, I wonder though, is it the O line? Like, is their D line getting enough of a push where he can't see downfield?
And the other thing that kind of sticks in my craw about what Jordan said about Willie Jefferson, I don't believe Willie Jefferson to be ineffective. I think they've just changed the scheme more from a man-to-man, from a pass rush. So you notice the Bombers as a whole, they don't get a lot of sacks. There are a lot of, 7 or 8 DBs rushing a couple. And when they get sacks, they tend to watch their opponents walk into them, right? It's not like, I think we're so used to Bomber teams bringing so much pressure that it was almost like the thing of the past about, like, you bring so much pressure, you leave the back end exposed.
Yeah.
Now you've kind of flipped that notion around. Is it the way that a lot of defenses play? Not necessarily, right? Because everybody likes the razzle dazzle and the pressure, and it's cool to see the quarterback go down on the sack every third play. But I think that there's just a new way to play football here. And listen, I think the Bombers are 2 pieces away from being a very, very good football team next year. This is another loss that is like less than 7 points. The Calgary walk-off included. They were in both games against the Riders. They, you make the argument they should have won on Labor Day. They could have won the Banjo Bowl.
Yeah.
What it could have, should have. Like, I mean, come on. It feels like the Riders have lost 4 games, and they feel like the sky is falling because they're not, they're not blowing teams out, right? And I mean, I have concerns about Trevor Harris. His ability to produce down the stretch as the games get bigger. I still think they're on the backs of their defense a little bit too much. And we'll see, right? It's one game. It's a West final in Regina. It's an Eastern final either in Hamilton or in Montreal. Right? If it was ever a year for a crossover, it'd be now. And if there's ever a team that
Yeah.
can do it, it might be the team in the middle because everybody said, "Oh, travel to the east, never been done before." Well, people forget. I remember days where the Bombers were in the East Division and they did pretty well. So,
Yeah.
Uh, you were talking about Michael. We're 1-2 pieces away. What do you think 1 or 2 pieces is? And
no, I think you got to revamp that offensive line a little bit. I think time has passed on some of these people.
Yeah.
Not going to name names, but
Yeah.
there's been consistencies. There's been inconsistency over there. I feel a half second longer in a lot of cases gives Kolaros a clear pocket. Um, Now, Jeremy, to pick on something you said, I think the Bombers had to give Kolaros the extra year. I don't think you want to lame that quarterback in the last year of his contract, just like the lame that coach, is he going to be back? Is he not going to be back? Because, listen, I think that's irrelevant. I think if Zach Kolaros decides to retire this offseason, that's going to happen. And the
Yeah.
last year of the contract means nothing. I think it's just a matter of you don't want a quarterback in the last year of his contract to have to answer the questions all year long.
Yeah.
Much like the Winnipeg Jets. Hey, what's gonna happen with Todd Connor? What's gonna happen with Adam Lowry? Blah blah blah. Right. So you put the ending sort of you put the contract to rest. Now whether Kolaus comes back or not, I have long said that I feel that this is Kolaus's last year.
Yeah.
Just my personal opinion was always after the Bombers hosted Grey Cup, but you never know. You absolutely never know. And then I just to me like it's absolutely befuddling 16 games in, but they have not used Brady Oliveira more.
I know.
yeah,
When he
very
runs,
frustrating.
he gets 5 to 10 yards, every single time. To put that on Zach Collaros to me is a little bit of it's a little bit of a disservice, I think. And you know what people just say, right? His interceptions act like punts, right? That he throws them so deep, and then they basically near the end zone they did intercepted. But the counter argument is that they take points off the field, points off the board, 3 or 6. So it's all hope lost in Bomberland. No, and you can call me naive, but again, this team has a track record, the core of which is together, but knows how to do it when it counts, and this is just a different way to the Grey Cup. I mean, put ourselves in their shoes. This week in 2019, the Bombers have about the same record, and we're getting ready for a Blue Bomber debut of Zach Collaros, but nobody knows what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And here we are. He has that one game against Calgary where he looks dazzling, and then he throws that touchdown to the back of the end zone, spinning and running around, and the rest is history. And you guys know exactly which play I'm talking about. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh yeah, we have a quarterback that can actually throw the ball. Like what is the alternative? It's clear the Bombers have no other alternative. I fully believe that the next play here is Taylor Aldisma.
Yeah.
Next year to push Kolaros, but fact of the matter is he's not here right now. There's a large percentage of people that feel that Dustin Crum should be the next quarterback here.
Yeah.
I could get behind that. I know Ryan has said that to me publicly on the Canadian Football Countdown as well as privately. Um, you know, Dustin Crum being an option last night, notwithstanding. But again, it's you got to be in it to win it. I did this CFL is so wide open this year. Everybody's so close record wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bombers have 5 losses to Calgary and Saskatchewan, but they have 3 losses to the rest of the league, notwithstanding this last week. And
Yeah.
the Toronto game you could put it right to, but they shouldn't have lost that game given where the Argos are. But you know what? You're gonna win, you're gonna lose, and your margin for error for the Bombers is much thinner than it used to be.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll just say one thing.
Yep.
Jason Hogan frustrates the hell out of me. Like 3rd and 4, and he's throwing the ball deep. And then the last play of the game, why not throw a Hail Mary? Maybe draw a pass interference. No, he runs the ball. I don't know. His play calling and decision making just frustrates me to no end.
And how about a backup quarterback going
Yeah.
into next year?
That would be a good thing too. Yeah. Improved O line, improved D line, and backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Those would be the 3 areas. Well, let's switch to the Jets, eh?
Yeah.
They look good.
They look good.
Yeah. Let's start with the first home opener against Dallas. They won, they lost 5-4. They came back in the end. Kyle Connor got a hat trick.
Yeah.
And penalty trouble in that game caused them to lose.
The one that made me really happy was yesterday's game.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you see the depth scoring coming through and Tanner Pearson. I mean, so that's you guys like the eyes at the back of his head there to make the pass to Pearson.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to somebody out there said that's 100% intentional that pass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has no angle, so he outweights the goalie, and then he passes it, and then that was totally that was a good smart play by Niederreiter.
Yeah. And then Nino gets the goal yesterday too. I follow. The one guy that I'm kind of waiting to sort of come on is Dust Nyquist. I don't know where he fits on this team right now, but I was very happy with Eric Comrie yesterday. That was
that hell of a performance.
Yeah, and then the 3 shots and they open in 20 seconds. Like, waity, buddy. There you go. But no, it just seems like it takes the Jets 10 minutes to get into the game, and then they start to suppress their shots less and less, and then. So it's not. It's. I think the Jets are still going to be finishing third. And again, we're doing this without Perfetti. We're doing this without Lowry. We're doing this without Dylan Sambert, who's going to add a lot. But can I talk about the games that Logan Stanley has had lately?
Yeah, I know.
Those might be 3 of the best games I've seen Logan Stanley put together, and that's not even a word of exaggeration. I think he's been really good. I mean, just that physical presence, that intimidation factor yesterday. It was the LA game where they wanted nothing to do with him, and he delivers the hit, and Shen comes over and says, you're gonna have to deal with me, and Malat and Shen go at it, and for Logan, I think it's about putting consistent efforts together, but he needs time and space to be able to develop.
Yep.
Do you have anything, Jordan?
The fact that he got a goal, I was amazed.
Yeah, and then there's people that say, "Oh, the goalie should have stopped the goal." Well, the fact of the matter is he didn't.
Yeah.
And that gave Logan some confidence. And hey, you didn't say that you can't score a goal. The goalie should have stopped it. Stop.
Yeah.
Fact of the matter is he didn't. You're devaluing the player for getting the puck to the net.
Yeah, no. And then Kyle Connor and Mark Scheifele are sure on a roll to start the year.
Yep, they are.
It'll be an exciting year for the Jets. So they're 2-1 so far.
Oh, I really noticed Jonathan Taves though, and not so much the speed but his smarts, like on the ice smarts. I love when he waits to pass the puck and he doesn't get rid of it too fast. I really noticed that part of the game, and he did get a first point to the Jet in the New York Islander game, so that was good.
Yeah, no, Jonathan Davis looked really good. Yeah, I agree with you, Jordan. I noticed his hockey smarts. You can tell he played with some really good players because he sure knows what he's doing. He doesn't force anything. If it's not there, he skates around and he waits for the pass.
Yep.
Where, a guy like Connor might force it and then it's a turnover. Or a guy like Logan Stanley. I almost fainted when Logan Stanley scored. I was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, no, it's interesting, and I'm curious here now with Hayden Fleury's day to day. Um, that to me, I'm no doctor, but it looks like a deep bone bruise.
Oh,
That's
that
to me
hurt.
that's to me what it looks like. There's
That
sus-
hurt.
the suspicion online, but it's broken kneecap. He wouldn't be walking if he had a broken kneecap.
no, yeah, he wouldn't be.
No. No.
Um, so that I've had a displaced kneecap. That's not fun.
Ooh.
Oh,
Fell on
oh,
ice as a kid, and my whole kneecap. Yeah, just awful. Um, but no, that sort of. So yeah, Hayden Floyd gonna be day to day. It's made Logan Stanley a top 4 defenseman. The one thing I wish they did away from is that Stanley Shen third pair.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's a little too slow, but again,
yeah.
better
We're
team.
limited.
I was
better,
worried about the Stanley Pionk pairing, but it did okay.
yeah, it did okay, and then you could always later on in the game, like if you're chasing the game, you could put DeMello and Stanley together, and then run Morrissey Pionk as your top 2 if you had to, and you're chasing the game.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I
so
knew.
there's options there. The interesting part is Tail Clyde was the call up and not Billy Hanela.
Yeah, I know, eh?
Yeah.
I think that's the fact that they want Hanela to just play games right now. He hasn't played a lot. But no, neither here nor there. I believe the Moose will have a very good team this year.
Have you guys noticed that we put a more emphasis at blocking shots as a team?
Yeah,
Like, 3 games we blocked a lot.
you want to take that question, Jeremy? Because I have an answer for that, but I want to see what you have to say.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed more emphasis on it. Guys getting in the shot lane, blocking it. Yeah, I think they want to. I mean, if they can limit as much chances as they can, that's good. And less goals is better. Because any shot could be a goal, but if you can block it, it won't be a goal, right? It's less shot for your goalie to stop. So it's
Yeah.
good. Blocking shots is a part of hockey. Good
It hurts.
defensive hockey.
It hurts though, but
Oh, it hurts like a son of a gun, but it can sing, but it's part of the game, part of the sacrifice.
Yeah. Yep.
Do you want to go ahead, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, what one thing I was gonna say was sorry here. What I was gonna say was I was very and I completely lost my train of thought. But
Blocking shots.
sorry?
Blocking shots.
Oh, blocking shots. Yeah. No, I think that's a byproduct of the opponents that you play. Like LA forces you into a lot of shot suppression. Islanders have really changed their identity lately. There used to be this 2-1, clamp it down, that kind of thing. But now they've gone into a bit of a loose end defensive, give up 4 goals a game. They're more offensive. I know in the past it would be try to win 2-1, 3-2, 4-3. I have some concerns about the Islanders. They're not. I realize it's 3 games in, but they're not what they were defensively.
Last year.
Last year, even years gone by. They're defensively intimidating. Like you give up the first 2 goals against them, and good luck trying to come back, right?
Yeah.
But mind you, the Jets have kind of morphed into that. It's like They can rope a dope you for the first 10 to 12 minutes, and then they score a couple goals, and
Yeah.
then they really, really, really shut it down. And
Yep.
I think what last night, what yesterday showed us, guys, is they should not be scared to play Eric Comrie more than they have in the last number of years.
Yeah, no, for sure. Less game for Hellebuck is good.
Because the Olympics is coming, so he'll be their workhorse for the U.S.
And in February in this show, I can't wait to be talking about Olympic hockey for the first time involving NHLers in a really long time.
I
So
know.
Yes,
It'll be different.
that will be fun.
no, we have a lot to look forward to.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no, and then well, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of the beginning of a Jet season, so we'll see how it progresses, and yeah, we'll be back with. We want to one more thing.
No, just for me, like there's no reason why they can't win these next two games at Philly and home by Nashville, and
Yeah.
Get off to a 4-1 start and be really, really good, because I think a good start is going to be pertinent to making the playoffs. Yeah, it won't be 18-1, but
Yeah.
I mean, it might be. They could win 18 games in a row, but
Yeah. Yep.
the other thing, guys, is I thought Jonathan Taze played his best game as a Jet yesterday. You can really start to see his game coming back.
Yeah.
He had an assist yesterday. Where I really noticed his presence is the face-off circle.
Yes.
It's no longer an adventure for the Jets in the face-off circle. I haven't looked at the final face-off numbers from yesterday, but in the first two games, the Jets were exceeding what they had most of last year in the face-off circle percentage-wise. So
yeah, no. At one point, he was 6 for 6 in the face-off circle. So I don't know.
And the big thing for me, guys, is the penalty kill. They perfect again yesterday. They've driven up 1 on 14 now, I think, or 1 on 15.
That would put it near the top.
Yeah, and then I would rather have a good penalty kill than a good power play, and the power play was moved. The power play, you know what? Yeah, they've been stagnant, but they made enough moves where you could say, okay, they could score, but they don't. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those scenarios of it's just one of those scenarios of it's just one of those scenarios where you don't necessarily score on the power play, but you have good puck movement.
Yeah.
And it leads to opportunity later on, like a minute later on the next shift or the shift after that, which isn't necessarily reflective of a power play goal, but the benefit of being set up by a power play, their power play is pretty good.
Well, that's the biggest thing, Coach, to say is even if you don't score, it creates momentum.
Right. And then by the same token, the penalty kill doing really well. Sets up a really good penalty kill. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
we'll see you next week.
No, we'll see how the Bombers do this week against the Riders. They're starting Jake Mayer, and hopefully we get a win and get in the playoff. And we'll see how the Jets do. They play Philly, and then they're home against Nashville, and then Monday night they play. They're in Calgary Monday night, 8:30. So, and one thing I'll say, I'm happy Toronto lost. I know you're a Toronto fan, Michael, but I hate Toronto. I'm happy they lost.
Yeah.
Which Toronto team? The Blue Jays being down 2-0?
No, the Toronto Maple Leafs. I can't stand Toronto Maple Leafs.
Early in the season.
Mason Appleton got the goal.
Yeah, whatever.
Mason Appleton, baby.
Whatever. I wasn't even paying attention yesterday. I was so distraught about
that. But it was the most Mason Appleton goal ever. He somehow stumbled on his leg and fell, but he scored.
Yet he can't hit the net on in game 6 to win the game. Oh,
yeah.
That'll be the epitome of Mason Appleton in his Jets career. Stick bent the wrong way and But I mean, who knows what happens in Game 7? But I'll tell you what, Game 7 in Winnipeg, I give the Jets a pretty good chance to win that game. All things being equal.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But no, we'll be back next week.
Yeah. Next week it'll be Monday.
It'll be Monday.
Yeah.
Thank you all for supporting this show and watching this show and liking and seeing it, the YouTube shorts and wherever we post. And goodbye,
and
we'll see you on Monday.
please like and subscribe and follow the channel. We appreciate all the support and thank you guys. See you next week.
Thank you.